This is a special treat for our program here. We actually welcome a guest to Live Impact. Tessa Davis, the ASYMCA Hampton Roads Youth Director, joins us now. Now, YMCA, perhaps familiar letters to all of you sitting at home watching. ASYMCA, that's the Armed Services YMCA. So Tessa has joined us at a great time to talk about some of the services they offer. Tessa, we haven't gotten a chance to meet yet. I'm Connor. Thanks so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Absolutely, and super happy to be here today, Connor. Thank you.
Awesome. And I see you've Kids Serve Too is on the background behind you. I'm wondering if you could elaborate on that phrasing. I think that's a really kind of interesting epithet.
Yeah, absolutely. So here at the Armed Services YMCA, we do everything to help strengthen our military families. And of course, that includes our kids. So our kids don't have a choice of whether or not they've signed up. So they are part of the military service with their whole family. And they serve too. They get to move every 2 years and have to start again. One of the things we hear is that military kids are so resilient. But that doesn't mean they're born that way. That means they need to be taught and have the skills to be able to do so. And that's one of the things we do here at the Armed Services YMCA.
How do the skills to be resilient? What are the things that you can teach someone, especially a young person, to be more resilient?
Yeah, so one of our programs is called Operation Hero. It's a free after-school care program that meets 2 times a week for 2 hours a day for about 10 weeks. And we go have a lesson of the day, and we go through all these activities that really strengthen self-identity and what it means to be a friend and how to have responsibility. So these are all things that just to be able to have that resiliency so they could have the skills and know how to help with their parent that's still at home, maybe if a dad or a mom are deployed. So it's been a really awesome program, and that runs, we're actually about to kick that off again here after spring break throughout the Hampton Roads community.
That's great. And that sounds awesome. Are there any other programs that you want to highlight that you guys are kind of specifically focused on right now?
Yes, we have a lot of our main core programs. So one of our goals, like I said, is to be strengthen our military families and make our families mission ready. One of our programs is called Operation Little Learner. That again kicks off here right after spring break. We're meeting at 17 locations throughout Hampton Roads, and this is a class, a free parenting class for the parent to join their child in a school readiness class that meets 2 hours a day for 2 days a week for 13 weeks. So the kids and the parents go through a whole learning activity: letter, number, color, shape, developmental concept of the day, and of course playtime, and have those fine and gross motor skills. And so that's something that they can do along with their parent. But it's great because the kid also has some socialization, but the parent that's here also has amazing socialization and gets to really have their village. And that's what we're seeing that we really need right now. We don't need to have our village once our military member is deployed. We need to go ahead and have those bonds happening now. Of course, if they deployed and we don't have those bonds, we're here to help strengthen you and get you a part of those programs and plugged in. But it's really important us to be have the family supported so that our military members are mission ready.
When you talk about, when parents are deployed, is there anything that you guys offer specifically for children whose parents are, currently deployed? Are there any programs that are just for kids who are without a mom or a dad at home because they're serving our country overseas?
So we do a lot of programs. We aren't specifying them just to be if they're deployed. We are doing some extra things for our families that are deployed. So we've taken a survey and seeing who are deployed. We were able to give some extra Easter love this past week to be able to provide some of those things. But really, our programs are here to serve those military members. So like we also offer a pre-K as well as a before and after school care service. And that's going to be there. So if that parent is deployed, the stay-at-home parent is able to have continuous care for their child, especially within our pre-K department. We've partnered with Virginia Department of Education with a mixed delivery funding and able to offer our military families high quality childcare at a really amazing rate. So some of our families are paying as little as $5 for the whole month to have full day, full year care in a quality environment. And all of our staff members are also military connected some way, shape, or form within our teaching staff. So either military kid themselves, a military spouse, or former military. So we're really understanding what they're going through. We've been there, we've done that. We see that as a challenge, but we're here to be the support system and the resources that they need.
And we talk about, deployments happen all the time, and I cannot imagine, what it's like for those families. And then we enter into just 6 weeks ago, a time of war here in America, where it's possible that those who are deployed are headed off to areas of, intense conflict and violence. For you guys, working at the ASYMCA, the people who come to the ASYMCA and use those services and create that village and build that community, is there any noticeable change when we enter into a conflict like the one we're a part of right now? Is there a change in the services you offer, or the amount of attention you offer, or anything like that when we actually do enter into an armed conflict?
Yeah, so we see an increased waiting list for our programs. Most of our programs are low cost or no cost. We offer a food pantry. We're open Monday and Wednesday by appointment only, and every other Friday walk-in. We've seen an increase in our food pantry really take up. I think that there's a lot of families. One of the things that maybe civilian families don't understand is that about 20% of our military service families are at or below the poverty line. So there's some food insecurity there. We're able to offer that just on the basic needs, food and other resources. So fresh and frozen items, as well as shelf stable items, to be able to be here for our families. There's no questions asked. We're just here. We let them shop. They do what they need to do. But we're also a resource weather here. So there's a lot of big feelings and emotions that are happening both within our students, our children that we service, as well as our adults that we service as well. So a lot of times if they're shopping, we're just an ear to hear. Or if our children are participating in our programs, if the parent is walking in and just needs a moment to be able to talk to somebody else, we're here. Because like I said, some of our spouses are deployed, some of our children are deployed, or we've had a deployment in our family. So we understand just to be able to be here. They know that we're here to support them. We're the best kept secret in Hampton Roads, but we need to be known as the best known solution.
And, the best kept secret in Hampton Roads, if there are people watching this and learning about your organization for the first time and they're wondering how they can help, is there any way that people can do that?
Yes, please. So we have a lot of our services, and like I said, we offer them at either low cost or no cost. So right now we're about to hit Give 757 next in a couple Tuesdays from here. So we are in a fundraising campaign, and we would love to be able to when we have families that are deployed and they need something, because it's kind of the law that if our service member deploys, that's when our tire pops or our washer goes out or something crazy happens. So we'd like to be able to provide some emergency financial assistance as well to our families, and just be able to continue to support our programs and keep them low cost or no cost.
Yeah, that's absolutely. And hopefully anyone who feels the desire to can go and help out. And especially in this time, but anytime, there's constant, especially here in Hampton Roads, a constant need with so much military activity here, so many going off to serve. I'm wondering, you talk a lot about the connection, especially staff to children and parents to other parents and children to children, all those little connections that are being made amongst people who find themselves in similar situations. I'm wondering if you could summarize what this community is like, that you guys have built at YMCA, ASYMCA. That's like the fourth time that I've gotten the letters.
Yeah, that's all right. That's what I'm saying. We've been around for 165 years, so we've been around a while, but we are little known. So thank you for having us on today so that we can get our word out. Yeah, being a part of this community is amazing. Actually, my husband and I were stationed here in Virginia Beach in 2007. Our boys were little toddlers, and this was our first duty station. We didn't have a community. We didn't have resources like the Armed Services YMCA provides. I wasn't able to go to work, so kids stayed home with me. So that was harder on us, our family financially. But if we had programs like we offer at the ASYMCA, our first duty station would have been completely different. I would have loved to be able to be a part of something like Operation Little Learner, where I can bring my child with me and really explore how to be their first and best teacher, as well as making those connections. Because not only do we have the connections, like I said, with the student with student, but child with parent, and then parents with other parents. We all need a community, and it's really hard to find that. You would think with being in the military, you're just automatically going to have a community right off the bat, but it can be super challenging. So to be able to have a safe place that people are looking out for you, they care for you, they care what happens with your children, and they just want to be a part of your life and walk alongside you while all this is going on. It's really important to us here at the Armed Services YMCA. And one of the things we say, if we don't offer it yet, let us know. We're going to figure out a way we can help you and continue to serve your family as you serve our country.
That's fantastic. I can't tell you how much we appreciate you spending time with us. And this is far too important of an organization for me to be getting the letters wrong here. ASYMCA, Armed Services YMCA. You said 165 years?
Yes, yes, we're celebrating it this year. We're going to have different activities throughout the year. So we hope that people will be a part of that. It started off way back in the Civil War, and we've been helping our military members since.
All right, that's awesome. Thank you, Tessa, for joining us today. Thank you for your service as well. Getting to hear a little bit about your background was a pleasure as a part of this interview. And the Armed Services YMCA, a wonderful organization doing so much to, when we cover these conflicts, there's so many broad headlines that we cover. Getting a chance to talk to you and be reminded of all of the gaps that need to be filled in order for us to have our freedoms that go even beyond those who are overseas is really wonderful. So thank you for taking a little bit of time to join us. Good luck with the 165th celebrations, and hopefully we get to catch up with you again, and please reach out if there's anything we can do for you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us. Have a great day.
All right. Thanks, Tessa. Thanks so much.